Hello. Just kind of waiting around. Hello, 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 anyone and everyone coming in today. It is 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday. I am drinking and enjoying my tea. Ugh, it smells bomb. All right. I'm actually really excited to be connecting with the person that I'll be talking to today. Your moments. And there they go. Hey, Mario.
Hey,
I'm
what's up,
actually
C?
doing
How's it
fantastic.
going?
Um, I'm drinking my tea, just chilling. Tea
You getting
with the
ready for that
tea.
tea with the
Hey,
tea? I
let's
love
go.
it.
Let's go.
Hey,
Look at,
down, down. I
you
got
know
my
what?
coconut water right here, so I hope folks are
Iconic.
getting
That's the only connection
hydrated.
I have with you, honestly, is whenever I see a Costco coconut water.
That's right. That's
Oh,
right.
that's
You already know. That's how we do it. No, I'm so grateful to be sharing space with you today. Shout outs to all the homies. I see you all on the live
welcome,
chat.
everybody.
Welcome, everyone. It's a
Amazing.
pleasure to
Thank you
be
for
here.
joining. Actually, I wanted to just do a quick intro with name and pronouns before we get all the way started. And then maybe a deep breath after that. I don't know. You let me know how you feel. Okay,
I'm down with the deep
cool.
breath. Yeah, let's
All
do
right,
it.
so quick deep breath on the count of three. Everyone's welcome to join because they're in the chat. Maybe you need a breath at 3 o'clock on a Tuesday. All right, we ready? One, two, three. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Woo! All right. That felt bomb.
Awesome. That felt amazing. Right? Let's get it. Let's get it. If you want to go ahead and introduce
A
yourself
thousand
first, C,
percent.
I think
So
that'd be
my name is
amazing.
C or C4G. My pronouns are Shay Shem. I'm from Hawthorne. And go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Well, welcome everyone. My name is Mario Torres, pronouns he, they, them. I am currently in East LA, Tongvaland, but
All
originally from Uruapan,
right.
Michoacan.
I love that. Have you been or have you stopped by in any years recently?
So yes, like 2 years ago, I had the opportunity to finally go back. I'm undocumented, right? So, or should I say documented, right? I was able to get advanced parole. So yeah, I was able to go back for the first
Wow.
time in like 20 years.
That's super
Yeah, it was
powerful.
super
I'm so glad you were
amazing.
able to connect back. It's, yeah, as you said, sometimes the journey is really hard to get there. But I love that. Well, I kind of wanted to open up a little bit with what or any projects that we're currently working on, particularly um, maybe something you're working on in the moment, something you can speak on. I know sometimes we can't speak on certain projects, but if there's something you wanted to share, just kind of to
Right.
go into our filming journey after that. Anything you got on your side, Mario?
Yeah. 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 And I think this would be like a cool segue because actually it goes back to the project where we kind of worked on together, right?
Yeah.
Back in November last year. Um, so that was I think the second time that we had actually met, but the first time working together on like on set outside of Justice for My Sister. And shout outs to the team behind Justice for My Sister, super amazing, always getting things done and giving opportunities, to everyone. And yeah, so that project is called Sora's Last Day on Earth. We filmed last year in November, and actually this weekend I'm heading up to San Francisco. Dolby's actually doing the post production for the coloring and for the sound mixing. So the director, the sound mixer, and myself, us three, we're gonna go up there and we're gonna sit down with all these professionals and
Nice.
get the sound mix
That's gonna be
professionally.
amazing. Is that like coming up literally this month, next month? How soon?
Yeah, I believe there's a screening happening. So it's part of the Ghetto Film School, right? And they gave, I can't remember the amount of people who got this grant or were part of this program. And so essentially, it's going to be a showcase with our film. We'll definitely keep everyone up to date so you can make sure to come out to the premiere. Would love to for you to come out too, check it out and see like
Yes.
all the magic that we did
Oh
because
my gosh,
yeah,
that's
it's super
amazing. Well,
amazing.
congratulations, and I cannot believe that was last November. Time is not linear, and time is just flying by. I just cannot. Um, that's a,
It is. And what have you been
well,
working on? What are you up to?
being 32 in the program was very interesting, and I can't wait to get to that part. But I'm, working a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. I have weekends and nights. So I'm trying to segue my way in my capacity,
Hmm.
right? Because I do have like a full-time job, but hopefully I can transition out. But
Right.
currently, I'm actually really excited to announce because this week, like, me and a group of team members, both from Justice for My Sister from the PA program and other BIPOC, QT BIPOC creators, we actually entered a challenge, a film challenge. So that's really exciting. Um, I get to write my
Yes. Yeah.
first
That's what's
official
up.
script, and that was super nerve-wracking, but it's like, you join a group of people that really are just as caring, just as passionate as you, or just as like down. Literally, they just have to be down. Like that's the one
Hmm.
thing I think we really connected with is that when people are down, they're down. They like show up. So I'm really excited.
For sure.
Really,
That's
it's a
community
thousand
power
percent
right there,
community
right?
power. Like no doubt. And it was really exciting to have that opportunity. And after writing my first script, we're getting everything ready and submitted. It's a week challenge, so we all have to get everything done in a week.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah, nerve
Yo, that's
wracking, crazy, but that's
crazy.
sad. I'm down. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. That's the game. That's the game. I love it. I love it. And can you tell us a little bit about the story? So you said this is also your first
Yeah,
time writing a
no,
script.
for sure. So
I
like,
want
it's
to know
part of the
more.
Easter Seals Film Challenge. They have a certain story.
Mhm.
Andy in the chat is actually part of the team. They're directing. But it's actually based on
Shout
and
outs.
revolving around people with disabilities or people that identify with disabilities. So either cast, crew, story, it's all revolving
Yeah.
that community, which is really powerful. I'm part of that community in some way, shape, or form, and our team is as well. So it feels very like all inclusive, and it's exciting. Yeah,
Hmm.
no, I don't know. It's a feeling of surrealism because like this is all very much so dream state. Like it's not real for people for folks like us,
Yeah.
I feel, because the industry has been so vetted in and like nepoed, for lack of a better term. And so once we're creating and making things happen, even if it's a baby space or like you do something even small, like something small, even or intense, like a week long project, it all feels very surreal. Like it doesn't even feel like a real thing. Or even being on your set, like in November, it was like, I can't believe I'm doing this right now, right? That's like something I'm trying to
Yeah.
understand what to deal with, to be honest.
Yeah. And I wish folks talked a little bit more around that. I see that as like as magic because I think there's been some low points in my career where I'm like, dang, like,
Right.
do I really want to be doing this? But then I step onto sets, right? Especially when it's primarily POC, QPOC folks like on the core teams, right? Because I'm not sure if you've been
Oh,
on a set where it's
oh,
primarily white folk. I have, I've learned a lot every single time I'm on set, but the energy and the delivery of like everyone on set is completely different when it's primarily POC folks, right? Like personally, I don't feel like I have to perform. I'm just there to make some
yeah,
cool magic with the
literally. That's a
homies,
thousand
you
percent
know?
such a different energy. And like, um, I got really lucky, I think, because I came into it only knowing QT BIPOC spaces. And I know that's not normal. So it's gonna be
Mm,
really weird when I keep doing or pick up places or pick up like different kinds of jobs, and it's not like that at all. It's gonna be, I feel for me, like a reverse culture shock or something. Because you're 1,000% right. Just being maybe in like a white centered space or cis white centered space and work. I mean, I can't imagine trying to make magic there, right?
yeah.
It's different for sure. Well, that's actually a perfect segue. Can you share with me like what up to this point, a brief summary of what your filmmaking journey has been. I mean, you're describing having done that and gotten to the low points here and there. I mean, what was it like for you? Where did you enter? How were you able to get to where you are today?
Yeah, so I've always, honestly, I've always been in creative spaces, like I want to say my entire life, whether it was creating by sitting down and like hearing my elders, pass down stories, right? That's a form of creation. Or when I got into high school, that's really where I started to like see a path in the entertainment industry, right? I would go to parties and I don't know, it was just me always nitpicking like the sound and just not liking how things sounded, right? Like the bass was too loud or it was just like crazy insane. And so that's where I started to gain an interest in particularly sound, right? Which is how I made my way into this industry. So that was in high school. And then fast forward to community college, I started taking some classes around filmmaking, and like really what it means to write a script, right? And then from there, a couple of friends just started like asking me, "Hey, can you come and help me on the sound from my film?" Having no knowledge, I said yes, I'll figure it out. And I went on to my first set. And then from there, I just started trickling into different sets. I started understanding like what the workflow was like. I started understanding like what the dynamics are like. And then once I started to get on projects where people on top don't really care about people in
Right.
general, even if they're white or POC. Like I just found this Hollywood culture where
Mm,
people are there to create and like not for a higher purpose, if you will, right? So that's when I started to realize like, dang, if I started to produce, like I'm pretty organized. I'm not the best, but I always try or always, reach
mm,
for a nice environment, right? Like I really hope that the set that you came on, it gave you like an amazing inspiration and you just felt welcome. Because that's what I always want to create. I want to create a welcoming space for every single person on set. And so, sure enough, I started to, let my friends know like, hey, if you need help with producing, if I can help you getting the crew together, getting the insurance together, just like any piece within like the
mm,
pre-production and the production management aspect. I just started to go that route. And then that's when the opportunity started to come in. And then eventually I started to meet, my
mm.
team, and I started to collaborate. We did like really crazy shows where we would have like seven, kind of like the one that we were on, where you had a lot of company moves, right? But like at a much smaller scale than what we had. Um, and so from there, that's just kind of, I just started to really grow an interest for the story, and I really wanted to be part of the creative team behind, how can we make this story happen within our limitations. And I don't know, I've been so blessed up to this point, just the universe every single
Yeah.
time, talking about like low points, every single time I have found myself at a low point in my career or just my life, like I have to remind
Look, thousand
myself, just
percent.
trust the
That's
process,
magic, though. That's part of formulating and
you
obtaining
know?
magic in what you create for sure. Because I can only imagine, like, I'm like,
Yeah,
and before I kind of go into Justice for My Sister, I feel you. Like, I'm coming into it 32. Those dreams weren't even something for me that were like, hey, like, you can do that. No, it's like, oh, no, you got to do something else that's not creative. And so I came into it hoping that there's
yeah,
an entryway, and then Justice for My Sister made that happen, which is amazing. But thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
yeah. And I would love, of course, and I would love to hear more about your process and like how Justice for My Sister has empowered you, and just the program
Yeah,
and
thousand
what your experience has
percent.
been
So
like.
before I get into that, I wanted to share the mission statement for Justice for My Sister for people that are joining or just joining in because we really got
Yes,
into it. We're about to get deep. Um,
we're going back
Justice for My
deep.
Sister, or JFMS, as it's also known, is a nonprofit arts organization with the mission to train women of color, non-binary youth, foster youth, and survivors of gender-based violence to make films with a gender inclusive and racial justice lens as a means to heal from trauma and overcome financial barriers of entering TV and film industry. I will say that up until this point, they've done that. I mean, furthering and going above and beyond to find my first jobs. I mean, I can't even believe I have that on record. Like that's my resume off the bat, which is incredible. So, So yeah, I would love to talk about what either, you know, kind of starting off with the program, what I learned, and then like kind of
Yeah.
how like siphoning into your set, because it was maybe my favorite set, and I'm excited to talk about that. Because yeah,
Thank
you know,
you.
I'm excited. So for the program, I learned I learned a lot of different things. I learned about redeveloping culture, about obtaining a healthy and safe culture, which is off the bat like, you know, I don't know if other PA programs do that, but it's centered around safety, individual safety, about respecting each other's pronoun space, about asking for consent, which I think is the thing I've taken with me to heart, because it's like, you know, even miking someone up, like you don't think about it, but when you mic someone up, like you should check in with their personal space and what it means to have them be mic'd in a certain place in a certain manner. Um, how to be able to handle situations when they're various, you know, in any environment. Every set is different. Every set has been different, and everything that they ask for sometimes of you is very different. Sometimes you're doing crafty all day. Sometimes you're doing crafty, jumping over to the art department, jumping over to like you're just kind of all over the place. So they taught us like what every component of a set would look like in that particular manner. Um, and any other terminologies we may not have known, the how to create our own sort of, you know, I guess you could say our own space if and when we get into the, rather when we get into the film industry and whatever that looks like. Um, so I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about what I should and should not tolerate. And I feel like really grateful to
Hmm.
be coming into this post Me Too, because I couldn't have known or understood what that world looked like. I know that was a lot of suffering. I know that was a lot of pain, a lot of trauma. But in comes in something like Justice for My Sister, where it's for all these other marginalized communities that are coming in looking for strength, community, and reestablishing culture. And I think that that was super impactful to me. Plus, you know, learning and training how to use equipment with you guys. That was incredible for me. Like, it gave me a picture of what I really did and did not want to do on set, and kind of manifesting like where my space would be. Um, I didn't, I didn't, I didn't
Yeah.
know that I would end up loving sound, lighting, and writing. But day one, when we were like doing training
Yeah.
with you guys, or when we were doing part of the live training, which is part of the program, I was like, wow, this is so easy for me to get
Hmm.
into. I like it a lot. And I was even able to shadow someone else on another set to do so. Um, so I learned
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember that the day that we did the training, you were so natural. Like, I just kind of gave a brief
no,
overview of like what to do, and you already have the bag there with you, and you're like, I
no
got this. You know,
experience,
I love that.
nothing. Okay. You know, for everyone here,
Zero.
we
Yeah.
have had no experience, because I'm, you know, maybe a multimedia artist and poet, but the rest of it, nothing. No kind of experience, no kind of anything, nothing but a passion and a dream, and then having the will to do the work, which is amazing.
That's right.
Um,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
really
You got
though,
the spark.
you
You got the
gotta have ganas. You
ganas. I
gotta have,
love that.
again, part of making magic is like having ganas and passion, because that's all you need. Um, but yeah, so the sets that I've
Right.
been on, it's and they were very different, and I really appreciated them. I felt like yours was a mesh of creative energy and organized energy, or like a really, it was a really organized set. I loved it. I hope to keep coming into sets like that. I thought it was incredible. I was like,
Thank
you
you.
have everything
Yeah.
together for me to be able to share and give everything and everybody else what they need. You gave us some time in the morning to really establish our position on set and what we needed to do, or what was asked for. And I want to thank Justice for My Sister for reminding us of being present. Part of being on set, a big part of being on set is being present, 1,000%. Like if I was not focused that day, if I didn't get any sleep maybe, or if I wasn't really available in that way, I could not have performed at my best or been able to do what I needed to do. So I love your set. It was like everybody knew where they were, what they needed to do. I think we were filming a couple days, and the second day it just felt like like everybody got into their flow, and that was incredible to see, because like once
Right.
everybody knows what they're doing, where they're gonna be at, what they want to do, it's the easiest thing in the world. At least it looks like. And and
It
when
looks
things
like it,
weren't working
right?
out, it's like we were able to still move around like water and reestablish where things were going to be at. And it was very inviting. I could have shadowed more of filming. We recognized that there were some creative coincidences that happened, but you know, like I think one of my favorite parts were like knowing at the end of it that we had a color thing going on, and that was just subconsciously happening, and it's like we were all like, "What? That's so cool."
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's just the
yeah, it
synchronicities
was
that happen on
incredible.
set
And
sometimes,
I
right?
saw your everything that you had in your production folder, and that like I was trying to take mental notes of everything because I couldn't take like notes of what I could dream a set to be. But like
Yeah.
it was great. Like I had one set that was
Right.
really focused on creativity, and it had, you know, maybe it didn't have a firm grip on like lunch or time off or when things were moving, or maybe taking a longer time on a scene than another. And so it didn't have the logistical
Mhm.
like setting to it, but it had a very strong creative front. And so I got to understand what that looked like as well. Um, but yo, I
Yeah, and I think you'll start to, as you keep going in your career, and for anyone listening right now, right? Like every set's completely different. And for me, everything
yeah,
or what I look for is the people, right? And that's why I love collaborating with Justice for My Sister. Anytime someone from the org hits me up, if I'm available, like I'm there. I'm there 100%. And like you said earlier, being present, I think that's the most important part because if you're not present, it'll just it'll
really,
pass you right by real quick, way too quick sometimes. Yeah, so I'm really glad that you had the opportunity to come on
it
set and
was a
and
great
hang
time.
out with us
I
because it
loved
was
it.
such a great
And
time.
you guys had a strong focus on communication. And I understood then communication is everything. You need to tell me when and if the AD is going, or when you need crafty, when you need size, when you need anything you need. Like that was where I took like to heart, like, okay, we need to really communicate and have a center of communication that's really, really like impactful to move things forward. Because yeah, time is money in that moment. It's like we can't do another day. Um, I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I have a question. Do you know when the PA certification
I
program
believe
will
the
be
PA
coming up again?
certification program will be in June, and it'll be available for anyone that's interested to learn more about what they do and how they teach you to basically be able to be successful in the industry and give you a building block. It's not just we teach you and we release you into the wild and good luck. No, they take you step by step and make sure that you have opportunities for yourself to be able to grow into the industry, which is really impactful. Most programs don't do that. Um, that's
No, that's amazing. And for anyone that feels inclined, who has the resources to, and please donate. I believe there's a link below. Make sure you hit that link. Donate, share, like, just
Yeah,
anything will
1000%.
really help.
Yeah, of course. And for you, Mario, actually, we can transition into you and asking how you got connected. How do you
Yeah.
find Justice for My Sister in the ether of the internet? How'd you get in touch?
So I've known about Justice for My Sister for a while now. I followed them on social media. I really liked their platform. I really liked what they were doing. And then shout out to Cumbiaton. I was at a Cumbiaton event, and then
Uh,
that's where I was connected
I love
with
that.
Kim. And then from there, like like it's funny because we were already following each other on social media. Like, you know how that happens? Like you're already following each other. Let's see, there's a connection already. And then you finally meet in person, and it's like, oh damn,
Yeah,
hey, I kind of know you, but I don't. Like, let's be
I
friends,
love
you know?
that's so
So
East West
from
of
there,
y'all.
no,
Yeah.
it really do be like that. Yeah, and I mean, that's how. I mean, it's always been in my ether. Like I said, I'm in organizing spaces. I'm also part of a collective, the Undocumented Filmmakers Collective. So I'll plug that in real quick. But yeah, so I've always been trying to stay connected with organizations that really care about people and that really care about providing opportunities and access. And so for me, it made sense to collaborate. And then that's when Kim hit me up, and we did a couple of things together, and yeah,
I
it's
love
just now it
that.
just feels
That's
like family.
incredible. So you've known them for how many years? Like, can you like?
Oh, maybe like 4 years. I want to say
Mm,
maybe I've known about the org for about 4 years, but it wasn't until last year that I actually, like earlier last year, where I became actively involved in projects
mm.
with them and, collaborations and then, then that's when I had the opportunity to come and show you all a little bit about sound. And then from there, that's where I found out about the PA program. So if there's any folks out there that are working on, I believe it has to be short films or a narrative project, just as for my sister, reach out to them and they can put you in contact with a list of amazing PAs. And yeah, I was so fortunate to find that program because I'm like, wait, I I have this opportunity
Right,
for
right, right.
someone and I don't want to just
Yeah.
give it out like that, right? Like I want to be super intentional about like the people and how we bring this project together. And so, I mean, it just like I said, it just made
Of
sense to
course, because you're
collaborate with
getting
Justice for
people
my
that
sister.
are like you, that are gonna be like you, that see you, that are gonna respect your pronouns, that are gonna make you feel safe and do great work. I mean, I don't even, that's not even just speaking on what I feel I do, but that's literally every person that was in that PA program, what they were doing. So that was incredible to
I
see,
love
first off. And I'm
that.
glad you feel that way. I'm glad that worked out because that's, I feel like such a big opportunity to create space. That's how it happens. Like you give that chance to somebody who you know not only needs it but wants it, is gonna want to do something with it in whatever way. Wow. So that's how you found out about the sponsorship program, and that's how you found out about This Is For My Sister. And just to notate, yeah, for any filmmakers or producers that are interested in the PA sponsorship program, just feel free to click on the link. There's a couple links going on there below um, that you can follow. And you can also follow This Is For My Sister as they're constantly posting and letting folks know about these opportunities. I want to thank P. Nunez, who actually was like, hey, like, you should do this, encouraging me. Because there's someone I met out in the ether. Yo,
Yes,
I
P is
met them
so
out in
dope.
the
P is so
ether, like
dope.
doing poetry, and they're like, yo, like, you should, following each other and then sharing space. It's like, hey, you should do this. Like, and that's all I needed. All I needed was someone else to believe in me too, for me. And it was like, all right, you know what?
Yeah,
I only live once, YOLO. Why not? um,
that's right. That's right. It just takes that one time for you to
literally,
try something and then you
that's
get the
it.
bug.
That's all it. I mean, I'm doing a film challenge this week.
Yeah. And also, please let me know how I can help y'all. I know I'm donating a little bit of my gear, but if there's any way that that I can
A thousand
support,
percent.
please let
A
me know.
thousand
Like
percent.
I
I
got
will.
y'all.
I will. After this chat,
Hmm.
honestly, I'll hit you up on there. But on whatever way we were contacting each other. But yeah, I'd be more than happy to share the story. It's exciting. Shout out to Andy. They're also in the chat. We already right. We already wrote the script, and we got a prompt today, and we don't have to change anything. It's it's just I was like, okay, great. We don't have to change anything
Yes.
about it, which is amazing. Um,
Okay,
Yeah, for
we're ready to
real.
go.
It's
Let's
really
shoot
exciting.
this.
But yeah, so I don't know if you had anything else you wanted to share here in this space, particularly involving maybe projects, some words of wisdom, anything you felt you should say into the ether of creativity and magic.
Yeah, of course. One, I want to invite anyone who's listening right now to, if you're thinking about filmmaking, if you've ever pondered like what would a different career look like, definitely reach out to Justice for My Sisters. They're an amazing resource. If anyone ever needs support with a project, and you're in the area, or however, like I myself can help and provide some support, whether it's sharing your projects or whether it's providing some support on set or just someone to bounce ideas, feel free to reach out to me. And yeah, I cannot wait to see uh, where this journey takes you. I can't wait to see you grow. And I'm super excited and I'm
I
cheering for you and
I
everyone
will
in the
receive
program
that,
one thousand
Mario,
percent.
because it all feels like a dream, and I couldn't have been happier. I receive that, and same for you, and everything you continue to do. I appreciate you for being the person giving and sharing space because you're the person we need. You're the person in the community that when and if you get power, it is used as it should be, which is for access, for opportunity, for growth. And your words of encouragement, even like you shadowing or giving me any insight on something I had no idea on, and you just caught whatever it was that I was interested in, that helps. All that is essential on set and everything and in life. So I received that from you, and I want to give that back in
Thank
that
you.
way. Um,
I appreciate that. Yeah, I just kind of like, I don't know if you felt it, but like I felt the
I'm feeling
chills.
all
Like,
kinds of bomb energy
yo,
right now. It feels
thank
bomb.
you. Thank you.
But yeah, no, I just grateful, gratitude, like humility. I feel it all in this space. So I appreciate you. For those of you that are in the chat, once again, thank you for joining us and for joining this conversation with us, with me and Mario. Hopefully, some of you that may or may not have been in the program, or maybe you're thinking of join. Take this as your sign. Take the chance. I'm working a 9 to 5, but I'm hoping to not. That's why I'm doing this. Liberate
That's
myself in
right.
some kind
That's
of
right.
spiritual
Yes,
freedom.
yes. Take back your power.
But yes, I want to encourage everybody to please consider donating to JFMW's Women History Month campaign, where you can find the link in the chat. I believe I may have pinned it on there. And I want to appreciate you all for sharing this space with me today. Mario, thank you for your time and for everything you do for the community, including Justice for My Sister, for me, for other PAs in the future. I'm so excited
My
for
pleasure.
all of it. I appreciate you.
Likewise, there's gonna be more to come. Y'all have a great
A
day, and it was
1000%.
amazing
Thank you,
sharing this space
Mario,
with you.
everyone. Thank you for joining. And we'll see you all on the other side in real life, IRL. Bye.
Take care. Bye, y'all.